Hi everybody, I'm Linda Havlick. I'm with Prudential California Realty.
My name is Danny Burkhardt. I'm a guest here today, and I'm a senior distributor for a company called Send Out Cards.
My real true love is helping people kind of have those aha moments around their systems. I'm very hands-on. I do a lot of task management coaching, a lot of to-do list coaching. I have an ebook called The Productivity Puzzle. So the Productivity Puzzle means that there's 4 pieces in everybody's life that are at work at all times. So those 4 areas are your physical space and systems, your time management and calendar, right? The tool that you use to manage your time, your to-do list, project list, to-dos and tasks is what it's called, and so we can work in that project management. And then the last piece of it is the way that you manage your systems and spaces. So there's 4 pieces at work all the time, and everybody has a puzzle already at work with them. A lot of times when small businesses hire me, it's because they can't quite get to the next level, and they know that they need to create some goals, they need to kind of create their vision. And so helping them get organized around that is step 1. So knowing what your big rocks are is going to totally determine how you're spending your time. So like creating a product, writing a book, right? Those kind of things are your big rocks. So think about what those things are for you inside your business. So if you look at sort of 3 small steps on how to really move the big rocks forward, taking time to think, creating a vision with those, and remember I'm expediting, so I would want to talk about all these. Taking time to think, creating a vision with those around you, and align your day-to-day activities, tasks, and energy with your big rocks. The second is to re-engineer your workday to make your day really work for you. So we all have energy cycles, right? We all work better at certain times in the day. Knowing what those are is super important to your productivity and to getting things done. So 3 small steps here is understand your energy cycles, block out your time, create an hour of power, create 59 minutes in your day, every day, where you're working on one of your big rocks. 3 is don't complain about what you allow when it comes to distractions. There's an element to how you manage your time, how you're allowing things to happen that you feel like you maybe don't have control over within your time frame. So put your big rocks first into your days, weeks, months, and years, and watch your productivity soar when it comes to your big rocks. What are those things that you really want to get moving forward in your business and in your life? Okay, the third is optimal focus, and that has to do with your space. Your physical environment has so much more to do with your productivity than you can ever imagine. Even though we're so mobile now, we work all the time, right, in the front seat of our car, and we can work anywhere. But the reality is that the more organized you are inside of an environment where you feel grounded, the more your brain can relax a little bit and you can focus. So revamp your space to fit your current needs. So getting things current is 90% of the battle when it comes to physical organization. So second is minimize distractions and go vertical with your stuff. So get your papers flipped up. Use your vertical space as much as you can. The third is create office hours and close the door if you have the ability to close the door on your office. And the 4 is something called EWO, which is a great tool that means end your day with order. I think that having a clean break on your day and having boundaries on your time is the most critical element to success in your small business. And the reality of that is something to do with the law of Parkinson. And the law of Parkinson states that a task will fill the amount of time that you give it, which means that it is critical that we put boundaries and bookends around our time. And we look at our big rocks and say, I'm going to work on that for 90 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, I'm going to turn my email off, and I'm going to focus. So this is the biggest piece of coaching in my business is to-dos, tasks, and projects and how to manage them all. Because if you don't have a well-functioning task management system, and I don't say list because you can't just have one list, you need to have about 3, and they all have to have different purposes. But if you don't have that functioning well in your life, it shows up in every minute of your day. So that is a critical piece. Understand what your task management system is. Are you using paper? Are you using electronic? Whatever you're using is fine. Just make sure that it's working for you, it's supporting you, and you feel in control. Because your brain can't release anything if it doesn't trust the system that you're putting it into. So you can tell very quickly whether your system's working for you if you're still thinking about it, if you're still waking up at night. And the question really is, what's one thing you can do to make it that's going to make the biggest difference for you? Like, what's one thing you can do? Do you need to clean up your office space? Do you finally need to get that garage cleaned up? Do you need to get a better functioning to-do system? Do you need to set up a one-on-one meeting with your teammates so that you can, have better communication around who's doing what tasks? There's so many different angles that this could take. So I encourage you to kind of drill down to that one thing. Like, what is the one thing? You can write 10, but what is that one thing for you? And then leave you with that.
So I want to talk to you about stress today. Stress right now is being equated with between 70 to 90% of our doctor's visits. Stress-related illness is a huge draw on our own resources, physically, but also on the financial resources, not only of our healthcare system, but also of us personally. 4 of the top stressful things, according to the Holmes and Ray stress scale, are positive. Getting married, getting a job promotion, reconciliation with a spouse, having a baby. Stress takes many forms. So much of our stress is in our own head. So I'm going to talk to you about how to stop that response to stress. Well, now our stress is not this acute, dynamic, one-time occurrence. It's not a bear jumping out and then we rest. It's the IRS. It's the fiscal cliff. It's the foreclosure. It's the husband's unemployed. The kid's on drugs. The mother-in-law's coming to live with us because she has Alzheimer's. And then the bacon catches on fire and you find yourself running into the streets having a nervous breakdown because you can't handle one more thing without that break. Stress is not the problem. We can't control the fiscal cliff. We can't control the traffic. We can't control the woman in line in front of us at the post office that has to look at every book of stamps ever made. We can't control that. What we can control, though, is our reaction to it. And that's where our minds come in. It's estimated that we think about 60,000 thoughts a day, and that 50,000 of those are negative. That's 80% negative thoughts. This is where I like affirmations, because we can't think 2 things at one time. Either it actually programs our immune system, which studies show it does. At the very least, it's taking those negative thoughts away, and those negative thoughts lead to stress, lead to changes in our physiology, and depletes our immune system. So us fearing getting sick contributes to us being sick. It programs you to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. We can program our physiology. Something to me that goes hand in hand with affirmations is visualization. We all visualize every time we daydream. Our brains don't know the difference between what we're fantasizing about and what's actually happening. It does not know the difference. So if I had you remember the most horrible thing that ever happened to you right now, we've all done that, where we've made ourselves just completely break down because we remember the funeral, the breakup, the court case, the whatever. Our bodies relive that. We all have the ability to do this. And in my dissertation, when I was working on my PhD, I did tons of research on other research that's been done in visualization. It calms the nervous system, it soothes the immune system, it balances your blood sugar, lowers heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure. That's what meditation does. And because it readies your brain for higher functioning, if you're sitting down to write, to speak, to do a test, to do an exam, to take a class, to organize your office, this gets you ready. Because the stress response shuts down your higher functioning. You don't have to do math if you're running from a bear. It clouds us, causes more accidents. This pulls us back to present. I am at peace. We have control. And stress is the feeling of being out of control. So the second we have a modicum of control back, whether it's an affirmation, a visualization, any of the techniques I talk about in my books, it brings us that control back.